I am David Attenborough, and I am 93. I've had the most extraordinary life.
While in college, this documentary quote sounded like, "Honey, there's potential for one to reach the end of life and have no regrets." It had all been seen, done, and experienced. A grand carpe diem, as if all of life could be seized that way. But as college led to adulthood, I've had a creeping feeling of constantly wondering, is this it? The mundane nature of daily life shocked me. I was spending much more time doing laundry, washing dishes, and just trying to stay afloat than any mysticism of youth in the big city would have promised. But there had been something I've always wanted to do. The chance to see a live volcano explosion over sunrise in Guatemala. I was sure this was the cure for the mundane, something radically extraordinary fueled by the desire for something different. This is a story about the pursuit of an extraordinary life and how it didn't work out in the end. Welcome to Antigua, Guatemala, a colorful home base for the Acatenango volcano trek. We'd been on the road backpacking for a bit now, but this was the stop I was waiting for. It's the morning of, and I'm so freaking excited.
Stones we carry, clothes we lived in, all the tales we will tell our children. Oh, we're taking the high road.
Alright, we're at the trailhead. We got our hiking stick. We're unstoppable. Let's go. I lied. We were not unstoppable. This was one of the most humbling experiences of my life. The quick elevation gain made my lungs gasping for air. This person brought liquor to bring them through, though. So now we're about halfway up this volcano. It's so freaking cold. Oh my god. We had a cute packed lunch that reminded me of middle school and continued on our way. I'm sure the views were beautiful, but while trudging up a steep incline, my eyes were on the ground the whole time. We hiked through a cloud forest for a while, unsure if we'd ever make it through the fog. After a bit, sunlight broke through and the sky was flooded with blue. There's something surreal about being above the clouds, a weird juxtaposition of a plain seat view granted by the gravel below. On tough hikes like this, I often forget why I've gotten myself into it in the first place until a view like this reminds me all over again. We reached base camp in 5 hours, keeping the remaining 2 hours up for the sunrise in the morning. It was already an incredible view, but I kept telling myself, just wait until the morning. That'll be the main act. The clouds slowly danced along as the volcano erupted around every 30 minutes. It didn't feel real. This was an act of nature so grand, acting on the world with or without me. It made me feel small, but in a good way, like being content with your insignificance. As the sun set, the streaks of lava became more apparent. It was a vivid crimson red that streaked across the skies. I stayed out to take pictures as long as I could, but the below freezing temperatures were getting to my fingers and toes. We stayed in a cabin hosting 16 like sardines. I tossed and turned the whole night. I couldn't wait for the morning. This was the moment I've been waiting for. But the morning greeted us with fierce winds, a deeper fog, and icy rain. Thunder echoed in the distance as a full moon diffused like a halo above. I could barely see in front of myself with the last 2 hours of Acatenango. Oxygen kept thinning out, and tiny steps took all my effort. The whole way up, I believed it would clear. It had to be, because if I didn't believe it would, climbing would have been absurd. We reached the top and waited. Waited and waited until it would clear, and it never did. The wind continued to howl, and a part of me was glad the team decided to call it off. I don't think I would have come down on my own. Stubborn me would have just frozen to a statue while waiting for the view I thought I was promised. That extraordinary sunrise never came to fruition. Things were nice, but I was holding off being fully happy for an uncertain future. I'd been waiting and yearning for a future that never came. Meanwhile, life was happening all around me and things were nice. I just don't think I cared to notice. This is it. This is life. There feels a need to chase shiny things to have an extraordinary life. But I'm learning more and more it's learning to be where you are. Desire is a funny thing. It can be a compass towards the life you want, but if you only focus on what you lack, it just seeds unhappiness. The grass is greener where you water it.